According to the Small Business Administration, there are nearly 30 million small businesses in the United States. Growth for a small business can be an exciting time for the company, indicating it's on the right track. However, there are some challenges business owners face with newfound growth. Ken Ziebart, Senior Vice President of Commercial Banking at First Bank, joining us now to share more about the challenges to business growth. Ken, thanks so much for being with us. Typically, growth and expansion indicates a business is doing well, the economy is doing well, but that's not the whole story.
That's correct, and thanks for having me on. There's a lot of challenges when you're growing. I think the number one challenge is being well capitalized and having the proper amount of capital. So capital, there's two forms of capital. There's debt, there's equity. You need a nice combination of both to be successful and to continue to grow. You definitely need a strategy in place so you don't lose your core values and you don't damage any existing relationships that you already have with clients or suppliers. And then I think the biggest challenge in today's market would be employment so low. It is very difficult to find employees for very small tasks to all the way up to executive type officers. So challenges all around.
Yeah, you mentioned capital. How important is cash flow management when you're doing well?
Oh, it's very important. So when you're growing, your financial statements look well. You might have a lot of revenue. You might have a lot of income, but you might not have a lot of cash flow because there's working capital cycles that you and your CFO or your accountant need to really think through so you understand those so you can project around those. Hopefully you have a cash reserve ready to meet those cash needs or a line of credit with the bank in case payroll needs to be met, even though you haven't collected monies from your clients, your employees, and your vendors still expect to be paid on time.
Yeah, you may be surprised as what you have to do with that access to your capital, right?
Correct.
Yeah, if you're successful, you got to have that capital to continue being successful.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about the competition and marketing and space, putting yourself in a certain market? How important is keeping on top of that?
Well, I think that's very important. That's back to the strategy component of your business. You need to come up with a strategy. Who are you going to go after? Who are your markets? And you need to stay true to those. And then, the capital and the other decisions are made around keeping that strategy consistent and staying consistent and going after it. So.
And that's where you come in.
Correct. We
offer that advice.
We do. I think the best companies, small companies around St. Louis have a solid team of advisors. They have their internal advisors, but externally they communicate well with their banker, they communicate well with their CPA firm, as well as their law firm. So I think you need that network of people to be successful, especially when you're growing, sometimes 100% per year. So.
Important relationships. You can't always do it on your own.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. That's Ken Ziebart, Group Manager, Commercial Banking with First Bank, joining us to talk about dollars and cents. Ken, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day.
You
Thanks.
too.